can do those two things, we can have true longevity. What is longevity is a question I pretty much get asked every day, and the answer seems to be different every time you hear someone speak. But in my term, longevity is really about living to your greatest capacity, and that doesn't just mean living longer, it means living better as well. And what you want to do is add more life to your years, not just more years to your life. And I think that's a really interesting metric. So if we think about longevity on a graph, we think of lifespan, which is how long you live, and then we think about health span, which is how well you live. And if we put the two together, what you get across time is a depreciating health span. So imagine that you live really well until your 40s and 50s, and eventually you start having a few chronic diseases, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, arthritis, neurodegenerative diseases like dementia. They all come in your later years of life, so they reduce your health span as you're getting older. So the last 30, 40, 50 years of your life in and out of hospital, in pain, and that's what most people kind of expect out of life. It's the normal pattern. Do we have to live that way? And this is what I think about longevity. Can we push that barrier further? Can we push that marker further? That area of chronic disease that we normally have in those years, can we push it as far as possible so we live as long as possible without any of these diseases? And that's what I think longevity truly is, pushing that marker as far as possible. And how do you do that? Well, really and truly, the best way is exercise. So exercise reduces your risk of chronic disease and all of those things that I said, dementia, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all reduced by exercise, by physical activity. This doesn't mean running a marathon or lifting heavy weight in the gym. This could just be increasing the amount of physical activity you do on a daily basis. But there are metrics to this. We have to increase our VO2 max. That is the amount of oxygen we have when we're doing exercise or physical activity. We also have to increase our muscle quality. That's not just the size of our muscle or the strength of our muscle, but the actual quality we have, the ability of our muscle to produce force. The more we can do that, the better our health span is, and the more we can improve the VO2 max, the better our lifespan is. And really and truly, if we can do those two things, we can have true longevity.